Over here in the bad guys position, we have the new record. Previously this year, I set the record for fastest sweep in our draft league's history at, I believe, 11 turns. And it has just been crushed with this 8-turn sweep. Look at how this goes down. That is great stuff. Actually, Matt is starting off great right away. Nope, he goes for the U-turn into the clef key, and the high horsepowered into a Moltres. Tylor playing out of his mind with the predictions. Did it happen both games? All right, first of all, let's just see how the first game went. I don't know what happened in this match. So turn 1, Dreadnought Shell Smashes. Clodsire's unaware, so he doesn't really matter. He doesn't care about these stat boosts. Instead, he switches out into someone who does care about the stat boosts. Goes into the Ditto, tries to copy. That's good. Goes for a crunch, almost KOs. Gets Earthquaked. If you had Earthquake, why didn't you use it? You know? Just Earthquake. Earthquake almost destroys Dugio's almost his entire team. Why didn't he learn that game 2? Clodsire is able to get the KO here, thank God. Now he's got a spike up, and it's a 4 versus 5 situation. Darkrai, it's going to do Darkrai things, isn't it? He's going to put Clodsire to sleep, and then, you know, do some bad dreams, some nasty plotted. Rabasca goes to bed. Bad dreams takes away the health. Nasty plots go up, and then he's just going to, what, Dark Pulse to the team? Let's give Darkrai access to Fiery Wraith. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if Darkrai was just more busted? I think that'd be nice. Goes for another Dark Pulse. Looks like it's going to be able to, like, 3-hit KO Clodsire. 4? I don't know math. I'm not good at math. Okay, there's another one. Darkrai gets put on the timer. Okay, so the Wonder U's not totally out this match. He won't be able to get his Trick Room up, and now he's got 3 Dark Weeks in front of a Dark Pokemon. Lets the Substitute get put up. Would have been great if he could have gone into the, like, Alolan Marowak and, like, Terra'd into something. Like, if he could have gone Terra Fighting here. Woo! Terra Fighting would have gone crazy! Would have gone absolutely wild with, like, Bone Rush, Flare Blitz, what, like Close Combat or something? I don't know. Yeah, now he's just ripping the Dark Pulses through the whole team. Is it Choice Scarf Houndstone? Choice Scarf Houndstone gonna sweep? Rage Fist almost crits, almost KOs, but gets the KO on the Annihilate, and then he just goes into the Aegislash and Shadow Sneaks. Dugio, you know, I don't think last season he would have had the, you know, thought to use priority in this situation, but, like, making the right plays every week. You know, when it comes down to these situations, I can actually predict him now because he's making the right decisions. So, you know, there's some growth there. I'm very happy with your gameplay recently, Luke. Very happy. You're playing much better. Now let's talk about this shit show. Let's put Dugio in the bad guy slot for this. Over here in the bad guys position, we have the new record. Previously this year, I set the record for fastest sweep in our draft league's history at, I believe, 11 turns. And it has just been crushed with this 8-turn sweep. Look at how this goes down. He goes Dreadnought, and he goes in Shell Smashes right away. The Wonder Review has not learned from game 1 and goes right into Slowking, who got one-shotted by Dreadnought the first round. And now it just goes Terra Water, Strong Jaw, and it crunches through the entire team. Earthquake, see, that's the only reason this wasn't a 7-turn sweep. He Shell Smashes, takes 2 turns to destroy Clodsire, and then 1-hit KOs everything on the team. Dreadnought outspeeds the Ditto, outspeeds Dreadnought, and he didn't learn from game 1 to click fucking Earthquake. So instead, he just dies again. Like, is that purposely losing? How did he not click the move that kills? I mean, literally, if he just steals that boost and then does the same thing back to Dugio, he also wins. But instead, he just gets swept. It's infuriating, and I lost my record because of it. 8 turns to win, GG. And fuck you. Somebody told me to turn the brightness up on my camera. And now I feel like you can just see this pimple, like way bigger. That pisses me off. All right, let's get started. Let's quit fiddle fucking around. First up this week, we got Matt versus Tylord. Pretty good matchup, I think. We've already seen this matchup once before. Tylord says that he thinks Matt is his worst matchup in the league, so I'm sure he did a lot of prep to make sure he doesn't get foiled by this team. And let's see what he has in store for us. I'll be able to give some good commentary on Matt's team, as I know what it is. I believe it's a Switcheroo Toxic Thunderwave set with Trick Room, is what we're looking at here. So he does end up switcherooing a Toxic Orb onto the Regigigas. That is great stuff. Actually, Matt is starting off great right away. Oh my gosh. So, check it out. Turn 1, switcheroos the Toxic Orb on it, puts it on the Regigigas. Regigigas hates that. He needs to stay on the field for a long time to be any good. Now he's on a timer. That game plan's over. Turn 2, Reggie tries to place a Thunder Wave. Klefki Magic Coats that back at him, which doesn't actually do anything to the Reggie because it's already Toxic, but it just wastes another turn of Toxic Chip, and just Tylord got nothing out of that turn. He does end up knocking off, but I think he knocked off turn 1, so there's just nothing. Was it the leftovers? I don't remember how exactly they played out. So, both players switch out. The Rotom comes in on the Rhyperior. Rhyperior misses the Mega Horn, and the Hydro Pump is missed as well. We get a Rock Blast doing a huge amount of damage as it connects for 4 different hits and KOs. Looks like Moltres has some sort of plan to stop the Rhyperior. Okay, so it was a Terra Bug Rhyperior, and Matt, thinking on his feet, goes into his Fire type, isn't afraid of the Rock Blast, and tries to just rip an Overheat, which does a huge chunk to the Regigigas, who then gets U-turned on. The Toxic is going to chip him down, and Reggie is almost out of this match, which will balance up the game 5-0. Klefki takes his Toxic Orb back on Reggie's last turn alive. Reggie gets nothing out of that turn, whereas Klefki is able to spread more Toxic around. However, due to the paralysis, the Volcarona just snipes with the Fiery Dance. Matt's lucky he doesn't get the boost there. Now this Flareon, I know for a fact that this is a defensive Flareon who's now spreading Toxic onto the Ampharos. That's great. Really just putting Tylord on a timer. Now the Heal Bell on Ampharos is revealed, which makes me wonder, why didn't Tylord, try and get that Heal Bell off earlier and maybe save Reggie? Matt is just playing out of his mind right now, getting a ton of damage down. If I was him, I maybe would have left that in and just kept Sludge Bombing, because my Thick Fat ability helps in the Volcarona matchup. We get a Volcarona on a timer. It hates that. It likes to stay in and sweep. Goes for the Terra Steel to survive the Bug Buzz and gets the Lava Plume down. Is that the death of Volcarona? Oh my god. Matt's playing out of his mind. It's 4-4. It's an even match. Versus one of the best players in the league, it's an even match. Now, and this is the situation where you really would have wanted to go into the Moltres. I believe Moltres has a good matchup versus everyone here. But, you live and you learn. Venusaur's doing nothing to Ampharos. Gets the Leech Seed down, preventing the Cotton Guard timer set. Preventing the Cotton Guard with a timer. But Venusaur gets Thunder Wave. Is Matt about to win? I mean, this is looking really great for him. Marshadow's getting chipped, which is something he needs. Marshadow getting a little more chip from the Leech Seed. Able to almost KO with the Venusaur, but Venusaur is able to get some health back with the Leech Seed, but it's probably going to die here to another Acrobatics. Instead, we go into the Scizor versus Moltres. Again, I think he just, overheats or like Will-O-Wisp or something. Instead, the best Pokemon on the opponent's team is down. If we can keep the Moltres alive for the Scizor, yes, we can win. With ease, I'd say. Yes. The Dragon Pulse KOs the Venusaur. All right, let's go into the Chien. Go into the Chien, yes. And double into Moltres? No, instead we get the KO here. So Rhyperior is probably going to Rock Blast. Yeah, I would consider that as well. Yep, he Rock Blasts. I would have gone for the Sacred Sword as well. I say you keep Sacred Swording. And hopefully he's got Flamethrower in the back just to handle these guys, right? Like, how is Rhyperior that tanky that he doesn't lose? So he doesn't have a move other than Overheat. And so now Rhyperior's able to survive and KO with the Rock Blast. Doesn't miss a single Rock Blast all game. If Tylord was at all unlucky, then it was over. Matt would have had that game if Tylord... Wow. In the previous match, if there was just a little less luck on Tylord's side, or a little more good luck on Matt's side, totally different ball game. So let's talk about the changes they made. We see the Ting Lu has been filled in for the Rotom Wash. That appears to be the only change that's been made. Whereas the Reggie Gigas gets replaced with a Rillaboom, which looking at my opponent's team, I'm not sure I agree with that decision. But looks like he's maybe trying to prevent these Leech Seed shenanigans. Tylord hasn't brought this Rillaboom pretty much at all season long, so I'm not totally sure what to expect. Alright, let me just reset here. So, as leads, we get the Ampharos versus the Moltres. Ampharos KO'd Moltres last game, so he pulls out. Probably wants to avoid the Dragon Pulse. No, avoids the Signal Beam. As the red card gets revealed, forcing Scizor out, we go into the Moltres. What are we going to get? Another Fire Blast? Maybe a Flamethrower is revealed? Yep, looks like Matt slotted in the Flamethrower this time. If it was still U-turn, he could have safely U-turned because last game we saw that his Moltres set was faster than the Ampharos, assuming they're running the same set. Sludge Bomb doing a good amount of damage to Ampharos as the Venusaur gets paralyzed from the discharge once again. So hopefully Matt continues to get lucky and doesn't get too much paralysis. Klefki in on the Marshadow. Marshadow afraid of whatever shenanigans Klefki might try and pull. Looks like he was going for a Toxic. I may have gone for the Thunder Wave myself, which it looks like Tylord would have predicted that decision from me. So we get screens up. That's not that great. Looks like his special attackers are Ampharos and Volcarona. I would have maybe gone for a Reflect. But I know Tylord likes to mid-game the Volk and the Ampharos and saving the Marshadow for the end. So maybe that is the right decision. The Brick Break shatters the screens. Doesn't even matter. And was that a critical hit? No, just 72% times 2 with the Fighting Terra type. A massive chunk of damage, shattering a Ting Lu in half. Talk about a power bomb. Oh my gosh. What does he have to prevent this now? The Air Slash not doing enough, but flinches. Does it connect for a second Air Slash in a row? No, he goes for the U-turn into the Klefki, and the high horsepowered into a Moltres. Tylord playing out of his mind with the predictions. No way! What? That is an insane prediction. What in the world was that? I need to breathe in for a second. Take a drink of this water. It's water, sparkling water. What the fuck, Tylord? You're cheating. You got like an inside man. You got like a vibrator up your ass telling you what to click. What the hell is that? Oh my god. Calls out the Leech Seed, goes to the Substitute. We get the Bulk Up. One of the most dangerous Marshadow sets in my opinion, and this is just going to sweep, steal the show. He's out of his phasing at this point. He's getting paralyzed. Giga Drain is able to break the Substitute. But we basically just have to have... If he's still the Scarf set, he needs to break this Substitute. He needs to break the Substitute. I'm sorry. He needs to break the Substitute and have his Scarf Chien-Pao out in front of it just to not get swept. Terra's normal, maybe expecting a Ghost-type attack. Ends up getting Drain Punched. That's not good. Critical hit didn't matter in this situation. Unfortunate that he didn't get the... Oh, I thought he had Flame Body. It has Flash Fire. Huh. I guess that helps with the Volcarona matchup. But at this point, I'm just talking about nothing. I mean, we're just looking at a brutal sweep. We know Chien-Pao's a Dark type. He's just going to get nuked off the field. Oh my god, it's brutal. Bye-bye. That's it. Oh my god. That first game was great, but, you know, that's what separates our really good players. They might have a close game or a loss, but in these best 2 out of 3s, they learn from the first game, and they'll put you in a body bag by game 2.